precious people, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jen Gerard and I am the president and CEO of Gerard Cosmetics. This channel is monetized for charity, which means by watching the video, watching the ads, sharing the video, leaving a little like or a little comment, you're supporting two fantastic charities in my area. The first is the Domestic Violence Program at the Child and Family Center, and the other is Rescues on the Runway, which is a fantastic dog rescue. So some of you may know that I live in Southern California, and I live in an area that is very prone to fires. 3 years ago, I almost lost my home, and due to a fire, we had it burning on basically three sides of the home. Some of my neighbors did lose their homes. It was a very traumatic experience. And this week, with the high Santa Ana winds, there was a fire in my area that got close enough to us for us to be woken up at 3 a.m. and evacuated. So I wanted to make this video because, you know, when you're leaving your home and you're thinking, you know what, I really may never see any of this again, you know, it really shows what things like material things mean something to you. And of course, you know, my portraits, my pictures of my dogs, my animals' ashes, you know, those were the things that of course got packed up first. But as there was room in the car, you know, I started adding more things. And, you know, once I had Yogi and the pictures, I was pretty much fine, and my passport. But beyond that, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a video about the palettes that I actually took with me, because I know that I made a video about my top 10 favorite palettes. But you know what? When you think you might never see something again, what are the things that you would take? And sadly, people in my area did lose their homes. I believe there were 3 people that lost their homes just a couple of miles from here. And you know, for me, when I go through something, it's better for me to share, but not be too heavy about the situation, because then that just craps me out. I just want to, I want to be happy, and I want to bring joy to people. So just trying to make it, you know, just trying to make a little bit light of a very heavy situation, so that, you know, it's one of those, if you don't laugh, you'll cry kind of things. So with that in mind, I wanted to show you the palettes that I did grab and put in my car. So the first ones is this the Huda Beauty collection. So I think I have all of them that have been released up through the neons. So there's the emerald, the sapphire, the ruby, the topaz, the electric, the warm brown, the amethyst. So there's all of these little mini palettes, and also the neon versions. I'm a weird, like one of those weird people that likes to collect, you know, collections. So I've got the neon palettes too. And so that one came with me. Then I grabbed 2 from ColourPop, the monochromatic palettes. It's My Pleasure and Blue Moon. This palette, you guys, if you watch my channel, you have seen this many, many times. This is some singles from Mermaid Scale, but you know that my very favorite inner corner highlight is this color right here. It's the shade Belle from Mermaid Scale Cosmetics. So this one, of course, was a must. And this palette here from Makeup Forever. I just think that teal and the pink are so pretty. So those were good ones. I don't know if you guys, I think I put this in a previous video, but I got this at BeautyCon, and it's actually from, it's part of the Ricky collection, Ricky. So it is a magnetic palette and a lighted mirror in one. And this is from Glamcore. I love the Glamcore products. I have a whole bunch of them. Their customer service is amazing. And then there's some Sugar Pill single shadows inside, which if you have not tried these, you do need to try them. This kind of 80s blue and the black. I'm all about it, girl. So the next one is from Moira Cosmetics, and this is called Fearless Heart. Look at how pretty these shades are. And these palettes are super inexpensive. They perform really well, especially for the price. If you saw my top 10 palette video, Then you probably saw my Oceanic palette from Ace Beauty. That is, of course, a perennial favorite. There are two from Certify. I love Certify and Blush Tribe, just very nice, nice ladies over there. And I love to support their business. Look at how pretty this one is. You guys know I love blues and greens. And this one here is from Beauty Bay. And this one I haven't even tried yet, but I love it. And I love my Mitchell one so much that I was like, oh, I haven't even used that one yet. It's gotta go with me. Of course, my Stacey Marie Be Perfect Carnival palette. This is the original. I have a magnetic palette with a bunch of shadows from Divina. And if you guys are like looking to support an indie brand, this is a good one. This is a really good brand to support. Their shadows are amazing and very, very beautiful colors. I have the Illuminate or Illuminati palette, which is a highlight palette from, oh, I just nailed that one with my fingernail, from Nakia Joy Cosmetics. And if you guys haven't tried Nakia Joy Cosmetics, you are definitely missing out. She is one of my favorite people on this planet, and she is an amazing brand owner as well. I've got the Mini Breaker from Jeffree Star. I'm sorry that I'm such a dork that I keep the boxes sometimes, but that is, of course, one of my favorites that didn't make the top 10, but would have probably been number 11. What else do we have here? Oh, we've got another one from Moira. This is the Sweet Paradise palette, and it is eyeshadows and highlighters. I will say that I don't love the highlighters. They're kind of chalky, but the shadows are amazing. And I think this palette was $20, $22. I mean, it was very, very inexpensive. I'll get the price and put it on the screen. I don't want to quote you the wrong price on that. But again, super affordable and nice quality for the price. This one here, of course, is the Carnival XL. You guys know I love this so much. And if you're wondering about my shirt today, I'm actually getting ready to go to the Anastasia Beverly Hills Halloween party. I have never been before, but my friend Val V. Ramos over on Instagram and Twitter, she invited me. And so myself, her, and Byron Shears are all going together. Very exciting. Here's another one from Moira Cosmetics. This is the Dreamscape. Hello. Look at how pretty this is. I wanted this palette so bad. This was what drew me to that brand, and it was sold out, and I waited for it to come back in stock and bought it. I have not used it yet, but it's one that I just couldn't imagine losing before I got a chance to try it. Of course, Jawbreaker from Jeffree Star. Of course, Blue Blood from Jeffree Star. These are two of my absolute favorites. There is the Me, Myself, and Momo Mitchell palette with Beauty Bay. I do have a video on my channel here with this palette as well. And that's it. It opens like a book. And you got cool shades on one side, warm shades on the other, and a magnetic removable mirror in the center that is two-sided, which is kind of innovative and somewhat cool, I think. There is the Smoke Sessions palette from Melt Cosmetics. This, again, is a palette that I absolutely love. Oh, see? And then look at what happened in the evacuation. Oh. Okay, we're going to have to give that shade a full burial. I think it's already, I think this is the one that already broke once, and they did send me another palette, and I don't think this is it. I think this is the old one. But I was in a hurry. You know, you have a very short period of time, and the power company cut off my power, so I only had a certain amount of time, knowing that we might possibly get evacuated, to like, you know, prioritize, pack, and get everything into the car so that we'd be ready to go on a moment's notice if, you know, if we needed to. So I ended up going up the road. Yogi and I went and helped up at the rescue, and by the time I was helping load them up, you know, they pretty much let us know that we really didn't need to evacuate, that our immediate neighborhood wasn't in any danger, and they didn't want us to clog up the road. So we just went ahead and stayed. This is the Radioactive palette from Melt. I have not used this one yet, but I don't know. This one was just calling my name. I waited for it to launch, and I very rarely buy things at launch, and I bought this like 3 minutes after, after it launched. So that is really saying something. And then this one from Violet Voss. To be perfectly honest, I have not been crazy about the Violet Voss formulas in the past, but you guys know I love me some color. So I went ahead and picked this one up, and hopefully I'll love this one a lot more than the ones that I have tried, in the past. So at this point, Yogi and I haven't completely unpacked. The Santa Ana winds are supposed to kick off again tomorrow, and so there is high fire danger for the next couple of days. So I did remove everything out of the car, but I'm trying to keep it all like packed and put together so that if something does break out, I could just put it back into the car. I'm not like having to, you know, go through that process again, because it really is traumatizing to, you know, just to look over the things that we accumulate in our life, and, you know, some things like have meaning to you. They're only material things, but they still, you feel like, oh, I'd be naked without that. Oh, I feel like I really need that. And it's hard to, you know, to go through your stuff and decide, you know, which things mean more to you than others. And it's really a challenge, and it's something that, that we in my neighborhood have had to do a few times since I've lived here because of fires and floods. And, you know, living in a place as beautiful as this, there's always a price. And the price here is definitely, you know, having to deal with that danger, you know, in the back of your mind certain times of year. But I have to tell you that it is all worth it. I love where I live. I love my neighbors. I love just looking out at the beauty that God created, and I love having a big wide open space for little Mr. Yogi, who's over there laying down being a Goodboy. I don't want to say it out loud, because if I do, you know, he's going to come right over. and we don't need that. So anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and just a thank you to everybody who reached out on social media, all the tweets. I haven't even had a chance to look at my DMs. When they cut the power off, my Wi-Fi went off, and people use the canyons here as a thoroughfare, and there was a lot of traffic on the cell towers, and so I was able to get very little service. But I will have you know that Twitter worked perfectly the entire time. I could not get anything going on Instagram. I couldn't even read. I had a YouTube video that was already uploaded, so I made it public, but I wasn't even able to get on enough to read the comments. So I finally got back today, and if you left a comment on my last video, I did get a chance to respond earlier, but that was why I didn't respond earlier. So yeah, but I just have to say that I really am grateful for the fact that we have amazing firefighters. We have law enforcement personnel that really, like, at the risk of their own safety, go to protect other people and their property. I mean, I think that is just an amazing servant's heart, and I so appreciate them. So I want to give a shout out to all the firefighters and the law enforcement that, you know, have been through our neighborhood and looking after us, and you know, just express that we should always just be grateful for what we have in life, because you never know when it might be taken away. With that said, I'm going to sign off for now, and I just thank you guys so much, and I will be talking to you soon. Bye.